enforced the uncasing of the 4 state colors and 36 regimental colors by the Reserve Parade Regimental Sergeant Major Master Warrant Officer Png and the Colors Regimental Sergeant Major Military Expert 3 Ong Sing 3. Facing the colors are men and women from the 6 Star of Honor contingents, bestowed with the responsibility of protecting the honor and proceedings of the ceremony.
The history and tradition of colors go a long way back. At the beginning of the 17th century, when militaries were adopting the regimental system, flags of distinct colors were assigned to each regiment for identification during war. For example, the Red Regiment would carry a red-colored flag when they go for battle. Hence, military flags came to be known as colors. In some other chronicles, early heraldic flags bore the colors of a commander in the same sense used in horse racing today.
On the other side of the world, in the 1650s, the Manchus were experimenting with a new concept of military organization. Troops were divided into 4 groups: the yellows, reds, whites, and the blues. Each group was identified by a colored banner. Subsequently, when the number of units multiplied, each new unit took on one of the original 4 colors and added a border to their banner for distinction. Hence, colors originated as a means of battlefield identification and continued to perform this function for many centuries. Colors became the identity of the unit, and when colors fall or are captured during battle, it was deemed that the unit had fallen. Therefore, the bravest of soldiers were tasked to guard the colors.
Today, modern militaries continue to maintain the tradition of having colors in units. While colors are no longer used in the battlefield for identification, they serve a ceremonial role. Colors represent a distinct identity for each unit, and through the colors, men and women form a strong affiliation with their respective units.
Our short history of colors in the SDF dates back to 1954. Then, there were only 2 colors, the Queen's colors and the Singapore Volunteer Corps colors. Then, Governor of Singapore, Sir John Nicol, presented both colors to the Singapore Volunteer Corps on the 8th of July 1954 at the Padang, in celebration of the centenary of the Volunteer Corps.
When the Japanese occupation ended, new colors were donated by the City Council to replace those lost during the fall of Singapore in 1942. The restructuring of the Singapore Volunteer Corps after our independence in 1965 saw the Corps undertaking a different role in Singapore. Hence, both colors were retired.
The presentation of colors to units is an established practice in many militaries, and the Singapore Armed Forces is no exception. Colors are often paraded during auspicious and significant occasions such as the National Day Parade. Every color is carried by a commissioned officer known as the ensign. Accompanying each color is a senior specialist known as the escort. While the function of the colors today is purely symbolic, their importance cannot be overstated. They are the embodiment of an institution's tradition, glory, honor, pride, and veneration.
In 1997, each service, formation, and unit was awarded regimental colors 5 years upon their inception, and awarded the state colors 2 years upon receiving the regimental colors. It was subsequently decided that since both the state and regimental colors served the same purpose of inspiring soldiers, state colors would only be awarded to the 3 services then, and Zaqy Military Institute in recognition of its premium status as a military institute. Regimental colors, on the other hand, would be awarded to formations and units. all other colors outside of these conventions were retired during the 1997 Singapore Armed Forces Day Parade.
Prior to a very unique
I know, right?
Divers are trained to conduct a range of highly specialized operations. They are not only warriors of the deep, but also masters of the sea, air, and land. The free fall water jump gives a parachute and get ready to move on.
Of course, you can see our naval divers, they have their parachutes deployed. And earlier we did mention we got celebrated at the Marina Bay as well. That's where they'll be landing, right behind us here at the Padang.
whereby the divers are adopting a combat landing.
Alright, Padang and Marina Bay.
Just shot from the RSAF C-130 from an altitude of 10,000 feet.
Now there they go with the Bombers.
10,000 feet! That's like 50-20 Starry HDD flats!
That's right, Andy, and you know what? They're free falling at a speed.
Coming in, and we all go. Alright. Here's what's gonna happen. I believe yellow sector, they're coming in from your area. So you guys are the first bunch of people they'll see right here at the Padang.
And let's get ready to do the warrior cheer.
Okay, wave that flag! Our first red line is coming in hot! Master Guard Officer, Gerald Png with 1,080 jumps! And coming right up, first jump, Singapore, are you ready? Whoa!
Next up, we have second word of big jump. Get ready, Padang. Let's go. Coming in next, we have second warrant officer Billy Lim with completed 588 jumps. Let's go. Here we go. And second one of with a total of a very lucky number of jumps actually, 888 jumps. Are we ready to welcome him all? Get ready, and here we go.
And last but not least, capturing all the action on his helmet camera. First warrant officer Eugene Chok with over 1,500 jumps from the officer.
Looking beautiful, Singapore! Keep that flag way up high!
The Republic of Singapore Navy's elite naval divers and the Red Lions. Let's give it up and scream for these fearless jumpers!
Force's 60th anniversary, commemorating 6 decades of commitment and dedication in safeguarding Singapore's peace and security. Marching at the forefront is the Singapore Army contingent, led by Captain Manfred Tan. The Republic of Singapore Air Force contingent, led by Military Expert 4 Tan Ko Wei, and the Singapore Police Force contingent, led by Deputy Superintendent of Police Xiao Zhengqian. The Republic of Singapore Navy contingent, led by Military Expert 4 Fu-Kok Chen. The SAF Volunteer Corps contingent, led by SAF Volunteer 4 Clary Chow. And the Singapore Civil Defence Force, led by Captain Keith Tan. Behind them are the uniformed youth organizations formed by the students. Leading the contingents are Chang Qianrong from NCC Land, Nurin Jazlina from NPCC, Wang Kai-sin Elizabeth from Girls Brigade Singapore, Lim Shu-xian from St. John Brigade Singapore, Angelo Chu from Singapore Scouts Association, Anderson Lim Wei Han from NCCC&A. Representing the social and economic sectors of our nation. These civilian organizations and companies showcase how far Singapore has progressed socially and economically over the past 60 years. Together, the 40 contingents on parade reflect the unwavering dedication and resilience exhibited by both military and civilian sectors of Singapore in their gentlemen marching in now are the 36th Regimental Colors, the 4 State Colors, and the 6th Guard of Honor contingents. The colors are military flags that originated as a means of identification in battle. In the past, when colors were carried on active service, they stood as a rallying point and the scene of their last stand. Because of their importance, a group of soldiers, the Colors Party, was assigned to protect the colors whenever they were brought into battle. The significance of colors today is more symbolic in nature. They are the embodiment of an institution's history, honor, and tradition. The Colors Regimental Sergeant Major is Military Expert 3 Aung Sin Chui, Unit Chief Expert, Open Source Intelligence Exploitation Group. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's gun salute will be executed by the soldiers from the 24th Battalion Singapore Artillery at Berlian Park. Watch closely as the M3 Chief loading rounds operated by the soldiers from the 35th Battalion Singapore Combat Engineers move into position for the gun salute. The Guard of Honor contingents are proudly formed by the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Digital and Intelligence Service, the Singapore Police Force, and for the first time, the Singapore Civil Defence Force.
Hormat Perdana Menteri. Hormat. Senja. Baris Russo. Senja.
Prime Minister Lawrence Wong will now take his seat.
Oh, screen already.
Lieutenant Colonel Mohamad Iskandar will execute a spectacular bomb burst, followed by 4 F-16 Fighting Falcons, led by CO-143 Squadron Lieutenant Colonel Jason Lau, in a diamond formation over the Padang in an enhanced salute to the nation, marking the Diamond Jubilee of Singapore. Coming to you live from the cockpit of Lieutenant Colonel Mohamad Iskandar.
Good evening, Singapore. It is our honor to provide enhanced reality to the nation. Happy 60th birthday, Singapore.
And here they come!
Yeah, this is scary. Yeah, not your piece.
Yeah. I can stand straight without that. I don't know, I can't count. I don't want my phone to get destroyed. Not scary yet. I'll show you. I'm scared. And after screaming, I'm unstoppable here, but I can't hear anything. I hear the next one.
Kawalan kehormatan akan tembak Feu-de-Joie. Isikan peluru. Hormat. Tembak. Isikan lagi. Hormat. Tembak.
It's just plain, yeah, nothing much.
Hormat. Tembak. Kawalan kehormatan. Kata. Senja. Tuh. Kawalan kehormatan. Khusus. Senja. Tuh.
Eagles will execute a fly past. Look out for 2 aircraft executing a full afterburner climb, signifying peace and prosperity. 4 F-16 Fighting Falcons will then complete this tribute with a breathtaking Diamond Cross maneuver. Happy birthday, Singapore! Attention now to the Navy Guard of Honor contingent, formed by men from the Naval Diving Unit. This contingent is led by Major Justin Chok. Force contingent, comprising men and women from the Honor contingent, is led by military expert 5, Chok. Up next is expert 5, Jasper Png. Contingent from the Singapore Police Force, formed by men and women from the Police Training Command, led by Deputy Superintendent. And students from our uniformed youth organizations march onward through the stands. They carry with them the spirit of unity and our shared commitment to move forward as one nation, one people, one Singapore. Come on, Singapore! Let's wave our flags and cheer them on! Our social and economic groups are up next. Leading the way, we have People's Action Party, PAP Community Foundation, led by Ms. Sally Chua Lee, and the National Trades Union Congress, led by Ms. Nor Irdawati Binti Jalalu. They are followed by Keppel Limited, led by Mr. Mao Yang, and Semcorp Industries Limited, led by Ms. Rachel La. First wave of vehicles showcases our Army's sharpest edge, our armored fighting forces. With the impressive firepower, heavy protection, and mobility across different terrains, our armored vehicles lead the Army on the battlefield swiftly and decisively. Besides the tank, we see the fully digitalized Hunter armored fighting vehicle and the Padang family armored support vehicles. Are stealthy, swift, and can destroy bigger vehicles, including tanks. In another burst, selected platforms are entering the show stage to be closer to everyone around the Padang. Next are our combat engineers with the new Hunter armored engineer vehicle and the Trailblazer. They overcome all obstacles on the battlefield for our forces to continue their advance. Watch as the M3G opens its track to become a footbridge. Together with the mobility support system, they help transport our land forces across water. Come again to see the A330 MRTT, which enhances air power by refueling our fighter jets in midair. Following behind the MRTT are 4 F-16 fighting Falcons and the G550 aircraft that detects aerial threats. Together, they clear the skies for our army to advance unimpeded. Next are our signal vehicles, helping to connect our forces in the battlefield. Following behind and our combat service support vehicles. They sustain our operations and keep our troops going. We now see the Aster 30 and Spider ground-based air defense missile systems standing ready to safeguard Singapore skies around the clock. For our RSAF helicopters, leading them is the S-70B Seahawk that enhances our neighbors' capabilities. Close behind are AH-64D Apaches that provide fire support for our land troops. In the rear are the H-225M and CH-47 Chinook, ferry troops and equipment. They include aid packages that can be airdropped to crisis locations and the water purification unit that provides anyone with potable water. Protecting our waters, the combatant craft underwater combats maritime terrorism, while munitions such as the Aster and Harpoon missile keep our maritime assets safe from both aerial and seaborne threats. The screens to see our maritime assets sailing at Hercules and 150 aircraft. Together with our ships and soldiers, these aircraft have been deployed in Asia and beyond to support HADR operations as well as counter piracy in the Gulf of Aden.
Yes, I know.
Look at that. Hello. Can't hear you. This is from here. I know my name. 我刚才以为这是大炮，看我吗？哎，在找朋友。我的妈呀，那是什么大炮？
SAF and home teams stand ready to respond to threats to public safety at a moment's notice, featuring the SAF's Peacekeeper and the SPF's Emergency Response Team, Tactical Assault, and Tactical Strike Vehicles. Next is SCDF's electric pump ladder with a modular firefighting machine for remote fire suppression. Following behind is the 7th generation ambulance. It is always ready to respond to medical emergencies and save lives. hazmat mitigation vehicle with a comprehensive range of detection and mitigation equipment for hazmat incidents. Together, our servicemen and women from the SAF, SPF, and SCDF work to keep Singaporeans safe and secure.
I know that many of them.
To generation, highlighting the hard work and commitment of our people across generations.
你这个 small cube 啊，有小孩子在里面。
Under Lieutenant Colonel NS Alex Chan has returned to lead the convoy, this time with his son, Chok. Thank you for your service. Our veterans inspire our next generation to achieve even greater heights. Across the show stage are our SAF and home team officers from the current and future generations. They continue the legacy of those that came before them and continue to keep our homeland safe and secure.
But it's actually very safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us give our veterans and servicemen and women from across all generations a huge round of applause as they take their leave. Our men and women of Singapore will always continue to serve and contribute to the betterment of our country. This is our strength, our people, our future.
As a father and mother, things change a lot. I have this soft spot in my heart for not only my sons, but also the students or the trainees that I'm training. Then very understanding that they are living and growing up.
I think it's every decision I make is a shared one because it affects life and too. That's also the reason why I try very hard to show them why we need to serve.
By contributing to the safety and security of Singapore, I'm also maintaining a safer and secure home for the family. I have to sacrifice a bit of family time, work. It doesn't feel very good sometimes, but I know that they are well taken care of.
For me, living
hold you near. If all that we are is what we believe, then I know I've got to be the change I want to see. How easy we forget that everything takes time. But you never really was when you're never alone. A house starts to make a home. May the stories bring you straight for us to run. I'll be living for the day where our differences make us whole.
There's so much to do. There's so much we can contribute. We're sharing just a little love. We started anew. So why don't we try? If we stand side by side, I know we build a new world, a world of hopeful and deep in my heart, I just know, right from the start, we will grow. Look where we are, we've got so far. There's still a long, long way to go. With all of my heart, I don't care. I'll play my part, I will share. With family and friends, together we'll stand. And in the end, hand in hand, we will get there.
think of the people I hold in my heart, the family I found and the faces I know. I know the bridges come to each other, the stars of you like gold, and the more together the farther we'll go. You and I, there's a place that'll stay within me wherever I choose to go. I will always recall the city, know every street and shore. Sail down the river that brings us alive, winding through my Singapore. This is home. Surely, as my sense street. Oh, a house full of love. Oh, every voice is a story, waiting to unfold, to be seen, heard, and known. How differences will make us whole. Here we are, we're in this together, our spirits forever. Look how far we have come. Here we are, no matter the weather, through the storms and changes, wave your flag in the sun. Here we are, through the fire, we can live our hopes and dreams. Here we are, this is what home means to me.
Do you remember when we sailed through seasons of change? Our journey's not over. I'm so glad you're my neighbor. We're new to each other as we face the unknown. Just know you're never on your own. Here we are, we're in this together, our spirits forever. Look how far we have come. Here we are, no matter the weather, through the storms and changes, wave your flag in the sun. Here we are, through the fire, we can live our hopes and dreams. Here we are, this is what home means to me. Wave your flag in the sun. Here we are, look how far we have come. Living our hopes and dreams. This is what home means to me. Here we are, we're in this together, spirits forever. Look how far we have come. Here we are, no matter the weather, the storms and changes, wave your flag in the sun. Here we are, through the fire, we can live our hopes and dreams. Here we are, this is what home means to me. Here we are, this is what home means to me. Wave your flag in the sun. Look how far this is what home means to me.
There's a part for everyone in this land where we belong. There's a part for one and all to keep our nation strong. Many things that we can do to help defend our land. Let us all do what we can together, hand in hand. Put your heart, your mind, your will to our defense. Put your heart, your mind, your will to our defense. If we all unite as one, we can defend our Singapore with a heart, a mind, a will forevermore. What we have is worth defending, with a love that's never failing. Always ready, strong and steady. Let's heed the call, come one and all. There's a part for everyone in this land where we belong. We can do it, you and I. We'll keep our nation strong. Put your heart, your mind, your will to our defense. Put your heart, your mind, your will to our defense. And we all unite.
put your heart and mind and will throughout the fan. Oh, and if we all unite as one, we can defend our Singapore with the heart of mine and will forevermore. With the heart of mine and will forevermore. This is home, truly, where I know I must be.